In the meantime, the eyes of the globe are at the Vatican as the conclave to elect the next pope is about to begin. It is a tradition rich in history, and Mary Calvi is in Vatican City. She spoke with New York's Timothy Cardinal Dolan in his last broadcast TV interview before he was sequestered.
The days ahead of the conclave come with much tradition and ceremony. Cooks, cleaners, maintenance, and medical staff join members of the Vatican's clergy to take an oath of secrecy. Cardinal Dolan told me today it's to help ensure the integrity of the process. We're so fascinated by this veil of secrecy, everyone taking an oath, even the Vatican personnel today.
See, if you know church history, you know why. There has been constant tampering. There was a lot of interference. There could be a lot of finagling.
Preparations have been made inside the Sistine Chapel. The 133 voting cardinals' names have been laid out on set tables. 108 of the 133 electors were named by Pope Francis himself, but many did not know each other before last week, giving them little time so far to determine who should be elevated to lead the Catholic Church.
Seems to me to be a pretty open season.
Really? So a dark horse candidate? The process can move quickly. The last three popes have been elected in 2 or 3 days. You so quickly coalesced around Pope Francis, voted in on the second day. Is it more difficult this time? Is it a bigger challenge?
It'd be more difficult because what I'm told is the reason everybody coalesced last time around Papa Bergoglio was because he was runner-up only. Well, how long? In 2005. So we're talking about 8 years later. So all of those cardinals could remember that.
The cardinals held their last day of meetings ahead of the conclave today. Francis's fisherman's ring and his official seal were destroyed. This marked one of the last formal rites of the transition from his pontificate to the next. The question remains, will Francis's efforts to reform and modernize the church move forward, or will the church return to more traditional doctrine?
People have said, is there deep division in the College of Cardinals? I haven't seen division. I have seen immense diversity.
Fascinating to hear from Cardinal Dolan about the type of person who is considered papabile or popeable. He spoke to me about the 3 specific experiences for the person to become pope. First, he says they should be a linguist who speaks fluent Italian and other languages. Second, a pastor who has served in a diocese within a community. And third, someone who has worked in the Vatican, but not someone who would be considered what he called a lifer. That really narrows down the list, and in fact, someone like Newark's Cardinal Joseph Tobin could be in consideration. The world will be watching closely. From Vatican City, Mary Calvi, CBS News, New York.
You can watch Mary Calvi's reporting from the Vatican throughout the entire conclave and following the selection of the new pope right here on CBS News New York. Let's get now live to St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. It's after midnight there, and the historic conclave to elect the next pope will be underway in just a matter of hours. Today, the Catholic Church lifted the curtain on all the last-minute preparations. Tony Aiello reports now on the anticipation in Rome and closer to home.
With their hand on the gospel and their signature on an oath form, the men and women who will assist the conclave with security, health care, and other duties promise to keep secret for eternity what they see and hear. The Vatican released a video to show the Sistine Chapel is ready for the 133 cardinal electors. The scorecards used to tally the votes, the needle and thread to secure the ballots before burning. And steps away, the room where the new pope will dress in a white cassock, already prepared in 3 sizes: small, medium, and large.
I have no idea.
Has New York's Cardinal Dolan decided who to support in the early rounds of voting? He spoke Tuesday in Rome with our Mary Calvi.
I definitely have 2 or 3 that I'm thinking. I appreciate this guy. I studied what he's written and said.
Dolan is one of a handful of Americans occasionally mentioned as conclave contenders, along with his brother Archbishop across the Hudson, Cardinal Joseph Tobin of Newark, a close ally of Pope Francis. Tobin consistently laughs off talk of his papal potential.
I think that my sister's most big cook cookies and bribe people.
At Newark's Mercy House during an early Mother's Day celebration, Tobin has many fans who will watch the conclave closely.
Can you imagine if it's Cardinal Tobin, going over there to be Pope? Of course, that would be great. I just pray that, you know, whatever happens is a great decision and trust, and that's it.
I think a lot of prayers are being sent up here this evening as we approach tomorrow in Rome. So what are your thoughts here? This time tomorrow, we could possibly see the first smoke coming up from the Sistine Chapel. Most likely will be black.
I think almost certainly it will be black. No one is predicting that there would be a pope elected after just one round of voting. Cardinal Dolan told me recently the first ballot does help sort out the front runners. Someone who is seen as a favorite, if they fall short of expectations, they can fade really quickly, and that opens the door for other contenders to rise.
So let's talk about those contenders. I mean, so many names on the list.
So many names this year, and we're hearing new names every day. Today, the influential website Pillar Catholic is saying that Cardinal Dominique Mamberti of France is gaining some momentum. That's not a name we've heard a lot of. The odds makers still have Cardinal Parolin of Italy and Cardinal Tagle of the Philippines as the front runners. And the voting starts tomorrow.
It sure does. Well, I think it's going to be a restless night for a lot of Catholics. Thank you so much, Tony. Your reporting has been fantastic.
Thanks, Christine.
Do stay with us. We'll be following the papal conclave every step of the way. You can find all of our reporting from Vatican City to right here at home, on air and online at cbsnewyork.com.